Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the episode 1 of the frequently asked questions about Degu Mosque issue series. My name is Muaz Razak and I'm media representative of the KNU Muslim students community for the Degu Mosque issue. In the past few years, I have been interviewed by several media outlets, and one thing that I noticed among all those interviews was that some of the questions were repeatedly asked by all of them, and not only them but the people who were kind of contacting me personally, they were also repeatedly asking the same questions. And one of the problematic things with those interviews was, due to their time constraints, usually they will record my complete answer, but when they are publishing, they will only publish a single line statement. So usually if someone is watching that issue for the first time and he wants to know more, so sometimes that one line answer cannot satisfy them or give them all the complete information. So that's why I have decided to record a video series, and on your screen you can see all of those questions that we will be covering in this issue. About 25 episodes this series will consist, and I will try my best to explain all the things that we have been going through all these years, and all of the propagandas that are going against us, or all of the things that you might have heard from other sources, and I don't know how it was presented in those sources. So inshallah, this will be an official documented proof, an additional documented proof, because previously 1 or 2 years ago we also published an article in a Journal of Human Rights, and it's also available on my website. So in that I also documented some proofs for someone who wants to do research on this topic, or who wants to know what actually happened. So you can also see that article. So in this first episode we will only cover the very basic question: why was there a need of a mosque near the Kyongpok National University for the Muslim students? Or also some people kind of criticize, and they say that you are a student, so just study and go away. Why do you need a permanent place for prayer? So let me explain this in very simple words. First of all, as we all are Muslim students, so in Islam, the Muslim men in particular are obliged to pray 5 times prayer daily in congregation, and for that prayer you actually need a dedicated place, a quiet, clean place. As for every other activity, we have places, like for example, if you are playing football, so you have a football ground. Similarly, if you are playing something else, or you want to study, so for each and everything you have dedicated place. So as a Muslim, we also need a dedicated place where we can offer our religious obligations in peace. Secondly, a mosque serves as a community place for the Muslims, and as we are foreigner students, and most of us have left our families back in our countries, and we are far away in a very different culture, other than what we were experiencing in our own countries. And the environment here is very hectic, the routine here is very hectic, and the lab timings, and those who have studied in Korea, they might know this, that the labs are almost 24/7 functional. So there is very less time for off, and so because of all these things, as a person who is away from his family in a very different culture, and also the language is a big barrier, so a mosque serves as a community place for such kind of students, as well as they come, and when they pray together, so they have opportunity to share their problems with the students, with people who are coming from the same background, or at least the same culture, or at least the same religion. So it's very easy for them to share their problems, and then get some suggestions, or kind of help from them. So it also serves as a community place for the Muslim students. Thirdly, spiritual health is also very important as physical health. So for physical health, there are dedicated spaces, like you can exercise, you can go to gym, you can go to other activities, football or playing baseball, or anything which kind of keep you physically fit. Similarly, for spiritual health, we need dedicated space, and as we are Muslims, so our spiritual health is directly related to a mosque. So, and it not only enhances us in our religious, but if someone is, particularly Muslims know that when we are connected to the mosque, so it also boosts our academic progress, because when we are satisfied from the inner, side. So of course our performance will boost in the academia as well. Now one of the statements that I sometimes hear from different sort of people are that you are students here, and particularly foreigner students here, so you will have to leave this university after some time. Why you need a permanent place, a dedicated place, when you yourself are temporary and you are leaving? So what is the need of it? So actually the thing is, if they think about their question, this is very illogical question, because even in a university, all of the facilities that are permanent, like for example a soccer ground or a baseball ground or even library, classrooms, these things are like permanent, and the students keep changing. So all these spaces are actually to facilitate the students. Those students might be the same, or like they may remain for a specific portion of time, but when they leave, other students also are arriving. So these dedicated spaces are actually for the betterment of the students who are going to stay there for a while. So similarly, this mosque is for the Muslim students, because this university is not only this university, all over the Korea there are different universities, and the Muslim students are performing really well. It is not because, like, if the Muslim students were not performing well, why will they invite us on scholarships? Why will they accept the Muslim students if we are really causing troubles for them? So this is not like that. For when they are accepting the Muslim students, so the Muslim students also need some things that might make their stay easier and might reduce the stress that they are going to face in all their journey. Now, given these factors, the closest mosque to the Kyungpook National University, Daegu, is, like, if you go by bus, by public transport, so it takes almost 40 minutes from our university. And if we are like 3 out of 5 prayers comes during the lab timings, if we go like 40 minutes going to that place and then 40 minutes coming back, so it kind of make like 1.5 hours only for one prayer. So it's practically impossible for us to go to other mosques. That's why we needed a dedicated space near our university. In the next episode, inshallah, we will discuss the role of Islamophobia in the opposition against the mosque reconstruction. So inshallah, see you in the next episode. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.